Turning your side hustle into a full-time career as a creator is a journey filled with excitement, challenges, and countless learning experiences. For many, it begins as a passion project, a hobby or skill that sparks joy after a day at work or during weekends. But as your audience grows and opportunities increase, you start to wonder, could this dream become your reality? Let's explore the steps, mindset shifts, and strategies that can take you from side hustler to full-time creator, and how to navigate the transition with confidence. In the beginning, your side hustle is likely fueled by pure enthusiasm. Maybe you're sharing art, music, educational content, or even documenting your life online. At this stage, the pressure is minimal. You have the safety net of your primary job, which pays the bills, while your creative pursuits serve as an outlet for self-expression and experimentation. This is your sandbox phase, a time to try different formats, connect with early supporters, and learn what resonates with your audience. One of the most important things to realize early on is the value of consistency. Audiences are drawn to creators who show up regularly. It's not just about frequency, but about reliability, giving people a reason to return, to subscribe, to follow your journey. This doesn't mean burning yourself out, but rather building a sustainable routine that fits around your existing commitments. Managing your time becomes crucial, carving out dedicated hours, setting realistic goals, and treating your side hustle with the respect of a small business. As your project gains traction, you'll notice subtle shifts. Comments, messages, and engagement increase. Opportunities for collaboration or small partnerships emerge. Perhaps your first trickle of income appears through ad revenue, sponsorships, product sales, or fan support. This is a pivotal moment. The side hustle starts to feel less like a hobby and more like a viable endeavor. But how do you know when it's time to go all in? The transition from side hustle to full-time creator is both a financial and emotional decision. On the financial side, it's wise to track your income streams diligently. How much are you earning from your creative work each month? Is it consistent or does it fluctuate? A common benchmark is to wait until your side hustle income reliably matches or exceeds a significant portion of your day job salary, ideally for several consecutive months. Additionally, setting aside an emergency fund to cover at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses can provide a safety buffer during the unpredictable early stages. Emotionally, the leap requires courage and resilience. Leaving the security of a traditional job can be daunting. There are fears of instability, of failure, of disappointing yourself or others. But there's also excitement, the promise of autonomy, of building something uniquely yours, of waking up every day to do what you love. It helps to reframe risk as opportunity and to remember that the skills, connections, and experiences you've gained are assets that will serve you regardless of the outcome. Before making the jump, it's beneficial to lay a strong foundation. Diversifying your income streams is key. Relying solely on one platform or revenue source leaves you vulnerable to changes outside your control. Many successful creators combine several streams: ad revenue, brand partnerships, direct support through platforms like Patreon, digital products, online courses, merchandise, or even consulting. Each stream may start small, but together they create a more stable financial base. Building a personal brand is another essential pillar. Your brand is more than just a logo or a color scheme. It's the story you tell, the values you embody, the way you interact with your community. Authenticity is crucial. Audiences are savvy. They can sense when someone is genuine versus when they're simply chasing trends. Share your journey, your challenges, your failures, as well as your successes. This vulnerability fosters trust and deepens your connection with your audience. Community is at the heart of any successful creative career. These are the people who support you, share your work, and help it reach new eyes and ears. Engage with them meaningfully. Respond to comments, ask for feedback, create spaces for conversation. Over time, your community becomes not just consumers, but participants in your story. Their loyalty and enthusiasm can carry you through the inevitable ups and downs of the creator economy. As you prepare to take your side hustle full-time, it's important to develop a business mindset. This doesn't mean abandoning creativity for spreadsheets, but rather balancing art with strategy. Learn the basics of budgeting, taxes, contracts, and intellectual property. Understand the platforms you use, their algorithms, policies, and monetization options. Set goals, track your progress, and be willing to pivot when necessary. The most successful creators treat their work with the discipline and foresight of an entrepreneur. Once you make the leap, the landscape changes. The time you once spent commuting or working a day job is now yours to allocate. This freedom is exhilarating, but it also comes with responsibility. Without external structure, it's easy to drift or become overwhelmed by endless to-do lists. Creating your own systems, whether that's daily routines, content calendars, or accountability partnerships, can help you maintain focus and momentum. One of the challenges new full-time creators face is the pressure to constantly produce. With more time on your hands, you may feel compelled to churn out more content faster. But creativity doesn't always work on demand. It's essential to build in periods of rest, reflection, and inspiration. Burnout is a real risk in the creator economy, and taking care of your mental and physical health is non-negotiable. Remember, your creativity is your greatest asset. Nurture it. As your career progresses, opportunities will arise that you couldn't have imagined when you started. Brands may approach you for collaborations, media outlets may feature your work, or you might be invited to speak at events or teach workshops. Each opportunity brings new skills and challenges. It's important to evaluate them carefully. Does this align with your values? Will it serve your audience? Is it worth your time and energy? Learning to say no is just as important as saying yes. The creator economy is constantly evolving. Platforms rise and fall, algorithms shift, and audience preferences change. Successful creators stay adaptable, experimenting with new formats, exploring emerging platforms, and continuously learning. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself or try something outside your comfort zone. The ability to evolve is what sets enduring creators apart from the rest. Networking is another essential ingredient. Building relationships with other creators, industry professionals, and even your audience can open doors you never anticipated. Attend events, join online communities, collaborate on projects. These connections provide not only opportunities, but also support and camaraderie in what can sometimes feel like a solitary journey. One of the most rewarding aspects of being a full-time creator is the impact you can have. Whether you're entertaining, educating, or inspiring, your work reaches people around the world. Messages from fans, stories of how your content made a difference in someone's life. These moments remind you why you started in the first place. Embrace the responsibility and the privilege of having a platform. Financial management becomes even more important as your creative business grows. Track your income and expenses, set aside money for taxes, and consider working with a financial advisor or accountant familiar with the creator space. As your revenue increases, you may want to invest in equipment, courses, or even hire help to manage tasks outside your expertise. Outsourcing can free up your time to focus on what you do best. Creating. There will be setbacks along the way. Content may flop, deals may fall through, and motivation may waver. This is normal. Every creator, no matter how successful, experiences challenges. The key is persistence, learning from failures, celebrating small wins, and remembering that growth is rarely linear. Surround yourself with people who support and believe in you, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. It's also important to define your own version of success. For some, it's about reaching a certain income level. For others, it's the freedom to work from anywhere, the ability to spend more time with family, or the satisfaction of making a positive impact. Keep your goals front and center, and don't be swayed by comparisons or external pressure. Your journey is unique, and your definition of success should be too. As a full-time creator, you have the opportunity to shape your own destiny. You set the vision, make the decisions, and write your own story. This autonomy is both empowering and challenging. Stay curious, keep learning, and never lose sight of the passion that started it all. The world needs your voice, your perspective, your creativity. In the end, the transition from side hustle to full-time creator is not just a career change. It's a transformation. It's about betting on yourself, embracing uncertainty, and committing to a path of continuous growth. It's about building something meaningful, not just for yourself, but for the community you serve. And while the road may be unpredictable, the rewards, freedom, fulfillment, and the chance to make a difference are well worth the journey. So if you're dreaming of turning your side hustle into your main gig, know that it's possible. Start where you are, use what you have, and take one step at a time. With dedication, resilience, and a willingness to learn, you can create a life and career that reflect your true passions. The adventure begins with a single decision: to believe in yourself and to take that leap.